already know, the second videos that come for a week is always a very short one. So on this one, I want to explain a few terminologies. They are basically just terms that you need to know. Yeah, they are basically just forex terms that you, as someone who is coming into trading, should have an idea of. So yeah, the first one we'll be looking at is the bid and the ask. Yeah, that's the first one we'll be looking at. But let's start from the bid and the ask. Your bid and your ask is basically these two lines we have here, this and this. Those are called your bid and your ask. Now, whenever you place a buy order, it's going to open on the bid. Whenever you place a sell, it's going to open on the ask. Okay? So for bidding, it means that you are trying to buy. Asking, you are looking for someone to sell. Okay? Yeah, that's basically the function of these two. And it's literally, or should I say, it's actually very, very simple. Bid and ask. You just need to have idea of it. So when they tell you bid price, you should understand what they're talking about. And then we have another one called the spread. The spread is basically the difference between this and this. Now if you look at it, you'll notice that the difference between them is 1.2 pip, which you can also see here when you look at this part. That number there is the spread. That is the amount the broker will charge you whenever you open a trade. So let's assume that I open a trade here. Remember, this is a demo account just for your training. Now let's assume I hit up a buy here. You notice that that trade opens as a minus. This is the function of the bid and the ask. This is their job, ensuring this is the spread, the charges by the broker for every trade that you open. Okay, and then moving on, another thing you need to know is the one we call the SL and the TP. Keeping it very simple, they mean your stop loss and your take profit. So these are basically numbers. Your stop loss is an area in price that you want to mark out should, in case you are taking a loss, your broker ensures that they close out your trade at that one. So let's assume I'm putting my XL here. It means that I'm accepting that I want to lose just $10. As you can see, this is $10 and I'm risking just 51 points. That means I'm risking just 5.1 point, which is 5 pip and 2 points, 5 pip and okay, so that means 5 pip and 1 pipette. That's our spread. That's my stop loss. So I forgot the stop loss I was dealing with. Then basically there are two ways to set your stop loss. You can either do it on your chart here by just touching that order. If you touch that line where the order is, it should trigger. And then at the bottom you can click the SL button there and move it to where you want your stop loss to be. Okay, and same thing with the take profit. You can tap the take profit and adjust that one. Remember, if you slide on this area here, you should be able to adjust the chart down or upward. Okay, the upward movement is limited, but you can shrink it very much down. So I can adjust this upward. Okay, and I can say this is my TP. Then when you want to save this, you hit the button here and then you modify. Okay, so we'll modify this. Now another way to go about modifying it is here on this place where it's showing your trades. You can just hold on to this and it should bring the same button, one for closing the position and one for modifying it. Another option is swipe to the right, that is swipe in this direction, swipe like this, and you should have something like this. And the pen, this pen here is for modification, and this other button here is for closing your trades. So for this I would modify, and we can change the numbers depending on whatever we have in mind. Okay, so that's that for stop loss, take profit, and break even. No, break even is BE. It's quite simple. So let's assume that I place this trade and this trade just goes into profit. What it means to be break even is like I don't want to lose any money again. I just come back to the chart here, I activate this order, and I move my stop loss to my entry. You see, is minus, the minus reduces, and I move it to my entry and ensure that it's probably, I lock in maybe some small money. I can lock in maybe $2, and that way, even if this trade comes back to tag me out, I'm not losing any money. It's just $2. Just that I'm taking a very, very small profit. Are you getting me? So that's the idea of having a break even. Break even will make it so that your trades don't go in profits finish and come back to take you out as a loss. Yeah, your break even will keep you safe. That's their job. The job of a break even is basically to keep you safe. Then moving on, we have your MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. I can't start explaining that. There's something called an EA. It's called an expert advisor. The job of an expert advisor is basically to help you trade. They are basically called trading robots. Their job is to trade for you on your behalf. You are the one that creates the strategy. And when you create the strategy, you put it on the board. They are more like rules that these bots can use to trade on your behalf. Are you getting me? So that's EA. So these are just a few things that I would want you to know. Then after you're done watching this video, I want you to go ahead and download your trading view now. Download trading view on your phone. We're going to be using that by next week, mainly next week. So just do a download, okay? And that should be all.